Hello and welcome to Study IQ English, your favorite UPSC platform. And today's video is about nuclear power capacity in India. How another nuclear power plant is coming up. It has been inaugurated by the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. Another step, another milestone in India completely moving towards renewable clean energy by 2070. Our great target of becoming the Viksit Bharat by 2047, as well as the great target of achieving zero carbon footprint by 2070. Now, talking about present scenario, nuclear power is the fifth largest source of electricity in India, right after coal, hydro, solar, and wind. If you talk about the basic data estimate, then April 2025, India had about 25 nuclear reactors. They were already operational. Apart from that, in seven nuclear power plants, we are still improving and enhancing the installed capacity. Today, we boast of somewhere about 8,880 megawatts of power. And with that in mind comes another interesting development as our Prime Minister has just laid the foundation for the Mahi Banswara Rajasthan Atomic Power Project. Now, this has happened in the Banswara district, Rajasthan. The total investment has been around rupees 42,000 crore. Remember, as we discuss how India is planning to slowly phase out the fossil fuel based energy. In fact, quite a hot debatable topic for 2025 was also the policy of the Indian government to mix ethanol with petrol. Similarly, we have an upcoming program to mix isobutanol with diesel. The government is investing so much in solar capacity. Recently, there was a city in India, a village which has completed 100% solarification. I hope you know which city am I talking about. It's a village, and I recently did make a video on that also. So if you try to recall, you will realize there is already a village. In fact, there are about 4 to 5 villages in India that are now 100% solar electrified. On the same note, India has just announced, as the United Nations General Assembly meeting is ongoing in the New York, India recently said we are definitely going to announce proudly in front of the global community that yes, we can and we will reduce our total carbon emission by 45% of the GDP as compared to the 2005 levels. That also shows India's very serious commitment towards Paris Agreement of 2015. And in the similar light today, this project, the very spoken about, the very in the news Mahi Banswara project is one of India's largest nuclear power plant. The plant will have within itself four local 700 megawatt pressurized heavy water reactors, which look somewhat like this, the picture on your screen. Okay, and they will be also having very sophisticated, latest, modern safety features built into them. These reactors will be known as IPHWR 700 and they have been designed by the NPCIL, that's your Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited. Once again, a major boost towards the agenda of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So, not only are we taking newer steps, faster steps towards clean energy, net carbon zero target, but all of this is happening at a self reliance mode. Atmanirbhar mode. And that is what makes it very unique this time. This project will supply reliable base load, that is electricity, to Rajasthan as well as the neighboring states. All of this can be classified under India's Fleet Mode Initiative. Under the Fleet Mode Initiative, India is now planning to create at least 10 identical 700 megawatt reactors across the country. And this one, the Mahi Banswara plant, is also a part of the same agenda. These reactors have already been commissioned, and the fleet made approach, having too many huge power, about 700 megawatts of power reactors, will help in reducing the cost, speeding up the construction pace, as well as it will also involve operational expertise, which means India is not only investing but also expediting. We are hastening the speed at which we achieve more enhanced nuclear capacity. You must have heard how last month there was another bill passed by the government of India. It was related to the nuclear liabilities. Today, the Indian government is also focusing on inviting more and more privatization, private participation, FDI, foreign direct investment in the nuclear energy sector. And with this in line, we all know ultimately it's about becoming Atmanirbhar, self reliance in nuclear technology, just like we are promoting self reliance in the defense technology. You saw 2 days before how another fleet of light combat aircrafts were released to the Indian Air Force. All these are Indian made, okay, under the Tejas series. So, similarly, even in the nuclear power segment, we are seeing the development of Anushakti Vidyut Nigam, that's Ashwini. It is a joint venture between NPCIL, India's Nuclear Power Corporation, as well as NTPC. So both of them have jointly created this platform. It's a joint venture between them, completely self reliant. The partnership will combine financial strength, technical aspects, training aspects, as well as project management skills to enhance India's nuclear power generation. The collaboration will also expect a smooth implementation, very efficient operation of this plant, that's the Mahi Banaswada plant. And the project will also encourage more people across entrepreneurship, India's local businesses, industries. Overall, it will lead to economic growth, apart from the fact that it will also provide employment opportunities to so many people. At the same time, yes, it is about moving towards clean energy in a very sustainable manner. Now, renewable energy boost. As this Mahi Banswara power plant is making news today, alongside this nuclear project, India's Prime Minister Shri Modi has also inaugurated another plant, that is the Nok Solar Park. It is a solar park and it is in the Palhodi district of Rajasthan. So these two are twin achievements that we are talking about. Ultimately, the ambitious target is to achieve 1 lakh megawatt of nuclear capacity by 2047. Now, let's not forget 2047 is also the time when we have to become Viksit. An India that is completely self-dependent, an India which has achieved huge amount of growth, much better employment facilities. An India that will by then perhaps be one of the strongest economies in the world. Already today we are in the top 5. And this nuclear power capacity is going to be a major foundation of our clean energy transition. That is now the target year 2070 for us. A very important aspect of the Union Budget 25 to 26 was the launch of nuclear energy mission. So very important for the UPSC exam, particularly your GS paper 3, the nuclear energy mission that will focus on more research and development, more innovation, in the development of SMRs. These are the small modular reactors. The government has already given about rupees 20,000 crore for this initiative to make quickly small modular reactors. And at least 5 of them have already been designed within India. They are indigenously designed and they will also become operational by 2033. So therefore, when you talk about nuclear capacity, installed nuclear capacity, we can see the graph only going up. From 2014 to today, we have seen a jump of more than about 4,000 megawatts of installed capacity, and which is a wonderful news when we talk about making India carbon impact free. So with this, let's have a look at the question. Consider the following statements regarding nuclear power in India. 1. India's first nuclear power plant was created in Tarapur in Maharashtra. 2. All currently operating nuclear reactors in India are based on pressurized heavy water reactor technology. Now, this is something you have to rethink about. A tricky statement. And 3. The Kudankulam nuclear power plant is India's largest nuclear power station built with Russian collaboration. And which of these statements do you think is or are valid? You can pick up the codes from here and answer the question. You can verify your answer from the last slide of the presentation. And if you have any views about this energy transition that India is currently busy doing, do you really believe that by 2030 we can achieve an agenda of reducing our carbon footprint by 45% of GDP when there are countries like EU countries who are still not ready to declare their NDCs? They are still not open with their nationally determined contributions. So, what do you think? Will that be possible? And what about the Viksit Bharat? Do you think we shall become the Viksit Bharat by 2047? If you have any opinions, any interesting observations, if you want to share case studies, then please feel free and do that. We can begin a very informative discussion thread from here. And on that note, a quick reminder about a very, very big sale on our platform, that's Study IQ IAS. And the sale is going to end tomorrow, that's 30th September. We all know that as Study IQ IAS is celebrating the great milestone of achieving 20 million subscribers, all because of your love, your support. This is also an opportunity we really want to be grateful and announce a sale where batches for GS Foundation courses are beginning at as less a price as rupees 20,000 only. So if you are interested in any of the GS courses, which will also help you in getting good discounts on the optionals. And apart from that, the classes for September evening batch have already started in Hindi, in English, as well as bilingual. In English is also there. So, should you feel you need a professional boost to your preparation, especially if you are preparing for the next year, 26 or 27, time is running out. So, you can use the code SPLIVE on your screen and avail the sale offer. If you want more details about the sale, about the courses and the classes, you can fill up the form that's there in the description box here, or you can reach out to us, message us, let us know, and we will get back to you. Thank you so much for being with us.